Why do some students seem to learn twice as fast while studying fewer hours? Why do they remember information months later, while others forget everything after the exam? Here's the surprising truth. Top 1% students aren't smarter. They simply use their brain differently. Neuroscientists have discovered that the difference between average students and exceptional students isn't IQ. It's their study system. In fact, many common study habits like rereading notes, highlighting textbooks, and pulling all-night study sessions are some of the least effective ways to learn. So in the next 5 minutes, you'll discover the science-backed 7 powerful study techniques that actually work to learn faster, remember longer, and score higher with less stress.
Step 1. Break the illusion of competence with active recall. We often live in a massive illusion. We open a book, read it, and feel like we have understood everything. In the language of science, this is called the illusion of competence. An average student tries to recognize information by reading it repeatedly, whereas a topper tries to pull it out of their brain. Think about it. How many things can you remember in a closed room without looking? This is called active recall. When you close the book and ask yourself difficult questions, your brain struggles. And this very struggle is the signal of actual learning. The studying that feels easy to you is actually deceiving you. True power lies in that discomfort, which is created when you strain your memory without any hints.
Step 2. Flatten the forgetting curve via spaced repetition. But is merely remembering enough? History is witness to the fact that our brain is like a sieve. In 1885, a psychologist discovered that if we do not recall information at the right time, our brain considers it garbage and deletes it. This is known as the forgetting curve. The top 1% of students know how to break this curve. They do not cram for hours like a marathon. Instead, they give their brain small reminders after 1 day, after 3 days, and then after a week. This is exactly like giving a plant a little water every day instead of pouring 50 liters of water all at once. This is the magic of spaced repetition, which pulls any information out of your short-term memory and locks it forever in the vault of your long-term memory. Step 3. Work in intense, short bursts. The 25-minute rule. In today's era, the biggest enemy is not your hard work, but your attention. One notification, one tiny message, and your focus is blown to pieces. We think we can study continuously for 4 hours, but our brain is not a marathon runner. It performs best in short bursts. When you give yourself a target of just 25 minutes, the brain treats it like a game. A clear finish line forces it to deliver its best performance. Step 4. Practice environment design over willpower. Remember that this is not just a game of time. It is a game of the environment you build around yourself. Have you ever noticed that you pick up your phone just to check the time and half an hour later you find yourself lost in the streets of social media? This is not your fault. Your environment has been designed against you. Behavioral science states that our brain will always choose whatever is easiest. Top students do not rely on their willpower. They design their room like a temple. Keeping the phone in another room, keeping the desk clean, and choosing a specific place solely for studying, these small things give a direct signal to the brain that now only work will happen. Discipline is not a lack of laziness, but a smart system to defeat distraction. Step 5. Verify true understanding using the Feynman Technique. The most dangerous thing is that we often lie to ourselves, saying, "I have understood everything." The real test happens when you try to explain that difficult concept to a 10-year-old child. If you cannot explain it in simple language, then believe it, you haven't understood it yourself either. Richard Feynman taught the world that learning is not about taking input, but about producing output. The day you can teach yourself like a teacher without looking at the book, that information becomes truly yours. Reading is just the beginning, but teaching is the definitive proof of that victory. Step 6. Treat sleep as a memory investment. And then comes that night when you decide to study by sacrificing your sleep. This is the biggest mistake. Your brain runs on biology, not mathematics. When you sleep, your brain is not resting. Rather, it is sorting through the entire day's information. It preserves important memories and discards the unnecessary ones. Sleep is a part of your studies, not an obstacle. If you are compromising on sleep, you are gambling with your memory. For a topper, sleep is an investment that allows their brain to work at twice the speed the next day. Step 7. Conduct a weekly review through Meta-Cognition. Ultimately, remember that reaching the top 1% is not a one-day miracle. It is the result of looking at yourself in the mirror every week and asking yourself 3 questions. What did I learn? Where was my time wasted? What can I do better next week? This is called Meta-Cognition, thinking about your own thinking. A pilot reviews every single flight, so why don't you do the same with your studies? Small improvements, when compounded over time, yield results that look extraordinary to the world. Success is not hidden in your books, but in your system. The difference was never about IQ, nor was it about time. The difference was simply the way you use your brain. The system is right in front of you, and science is on your side. Now the choice is yours, to repeat the same old mistakes or to step into that world of the top 1%, where victory is not a coincidence, but a guaranteed outcome. Change the process, because when the process changes, reality changes.